Welcome back to the brown eye of the internet.
What?
Yeah. The stink hole, the shit show, the dumpster fire of 2020. Why is the music still playing? What the fuck?
Because you didn't stop it. Yeah, that's why I usually do the intro. Welcome to Don't Make This Weird podcast, everybody. It's as usual, Tony and I hanging out tonight. Still longing for Chris to be back in the studio, but
Come
that
back,
man
Chris,
is crazy
we love you.
busy. As our, we've got a lot going on too. We always do. Always something. We're kind of just
Holy shit.
catching up before the podcast because there's so much stuff that's been going on. So
My week
anyway,
has been insane.
so glad you guys are hanging out with Tony and I. Yes, we are crazy, but we are here.
Hey, speak for yourself. I've been institutionalized.
I can't say that I'm crazy because I actually had a psych eval before weight loss surgery, and it said that I am a high functioning adult.
Okay.
What?
Who did you pay?
I didn't pay anybody because I didn't have money at that time, so
Wow.
I don't know how that happened. We got people already joining in on YouTube. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
tell
still-
your friends, like, subscribe, get us out there. Come hang out with us. Come get in the conversation.
I'm still waiting for Twitch to load.
Oh, okay. Well, Adam's joining in already, and there's other ones that haven't said hey yet or hi. But Adam says, hey, guys, sounding great, checking in. Mary is checking in, going to watch as long as I can. I'm ready to sleep, LOL. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. Oh, more are shuffling in. We're waiting for them to say hi. Go ahead and
Good.
say hi, guys, so I can mention you. And so, Tony, if you're on Twitch over there,
Yeah, I've got
People
a couple
coming in?
There's two people listening, but
Ooh.
nobody said hi.
well,
so
they'll get there.
guys,
They'll get there.
say hi so I can give you a shout out.
So I have a challenge that I wanted to put out there.
Do it.
All right, guys. So Tony and I have various friends on our Facebook pages and whatnot. And I was looking at the numbers for subscriptions, our Facebook people over on Twitch and everything. And I kind of want to do a little friendly competition here.
Bring it.
Because you can tell when it's one of your friends that actually, subscribes or whatever.
Right.
Thing is, we know a lot of the same people. So when you guys go ahead and you share our Facebook page or you like it or anything like that, just say Heather or Tony.
Tony.
So we know, and
It's Tony
I
all
want
the
to see who comes out on top here.
Duh, it's me.
Me. So
I'm taller.
So if you guys want to jump in on this challenge, we'd appreciate that a lot. I want to see those numbers going up. Or don't make this weird. I think is at 866. So something like that. So I want to see you guys help us boost the Don't Make This Weird page, whether it's on Facebook, like, subscribe. Actually, go ahead and do all of them.
Yes, all of
We're
them.
we're
Follow
hoping to
all of
get
them.
some more merch and whatnot coming in so that we're able to maybe do some kind of a contest. That would be really cool. So, and I just kind of threw this out here. Tony didn't even know that I was going to do this, but I want to see because we go back and forth about Twitch and YouTube every week.
Yeah.
And it's hard to believe that it's already Thursday.
Yep.
So like last Thursday, we were trying to get more people to hang out on Twitch and do that kind of thing. But YouTube just keeps on blowing up over here. I feel loved. I feel really loved.
I'm not feeling that.
Cindy's joining in and says, hey, Heather,
Hey.
all the way. Thank you, Cindy.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Shots fired
Love
already.
Getting some love already. Thank you, guys.
That's-
It's because I wear purple.
Just for that, I'm going to the dual shot. You guys can suck it.
Oh, the dual shot. So thank you guys for jumping on and talking with us throughout the podcast. That makes it so much more fun. It gives us more content, different things. We've got Halloween coming up. We got some parties happening. We've got some setbacks I've noticed on Facebook and different things. People talking all the time about everything that's going on in the world. Hard to keep up with all of you guys, but we try. Jeff is joining in and says, hi, y'all. Everybody keeps on filing in. We got a couple more people that haven't said hey yet, but that's okay. I'm not pressuring you.
There's people on Twitch, but
Yeah.
nobody's saying hi. Come on,
They'll get
guys.
there. They'll get there. Remember, there's a little bit of a delay when we're talking in between that and
That's
the comments.
on YouTube. That's not on Twitch.
Okay. All right. So we're going to do that. So if you guys have already shared from our friends list or whatever, please go ahead and share again and try to help us boost up those likes, subscribes, and all that fun stuff. Because we are always trying to add extra content, find different people. We had an amazing band on last week.
Duh.
Their name was?
A different perspective.
Yeah, they were awesome. And they're going to be playing at the Man Cave
Tomorrow,
not
Yes.
Saturday. I thought it was Saturday, and I apologize to anybody that I said it was Saturday. So they're going to be
that's
playing.
the thing is, last week you got it right on the show.
Did I really?
Yeah.
I Okay, so here's the thing, guys.
Oh,
I don't want
We're going
any-
to your shop for this.
I
now.
don't want anybody to feel sorry for me or anything, but we just switched over to 10-hour shifts, plus doing everything else that's been kind of going on. And I'm so used to shows being on Saturdays
Yep.
that it really threw me off. And I thought for sure that the different perspective was going to be playing Saturday at the Man Cave, but that's not the truth. It's tomorrow night.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up the picture because the hours are the same time as for the party after that, the following weekend.
The following week.
So I'm going to find you on here.
Yes.
Man, we haven't talked in a minute on Facebook. What is
Yeah, I know.
happening? We're usually talking a lot. Okay, so let me see here. I'm going to pull up the flyer for that so we kind of have an idea.
Cindy
Here we
just jumped on Twitch and said, "Don't want you to feel left out," and she's laughing at me. What the
No,
hell?
she doesn't want you to be crying over there in your
Okay.
oatmeal.
I'm not drinking oatmeal.
All right. So the big show tomorrow night, okay, is going to be, you can arrive at 4 p.m., right?
Yeah.
Okay, 6 p.m. is the time to eat. Bring a dish to pass if you can. Package whatever you want to do.
Sure.
And then also at 7:30 is when the band starts.
7:30. That's
7:30. I thought it was 6. See? Completely messed up.
Yep.
Thank you for Jeremy for having that all put down on the thing.
You're fired.
Most likely. And then maybe I can have like a little bit of a rest there.
I
And
sit
then
here now.
on YouTube. I
Don't
nap.
look, Jessica.
Don't look, Jessica. I nap here. Cindy is still here on YouTube saying, "Don't worry,
Aw.
girl, I'm still with you."
Damn it.
See,
What the
I got the
hell?
love.
See,
So yeah,
that's not even
so
okay.
that's going to be happening. A different perspective. They were awesome.
Hell yeah, they were.
They were awesome. If you guys did not get a chance to check out the podcast, please go back. They are archived on Twitch and on YouTube. Unfortunately, they only stay about 2 weeks on Twitch,
Right.
but they they stay on YouTube, so forever. That's our legacy right there.
Speaking of
So,
Twitch, I
yeah.
want to update on some of the achievements that we're working on.
Ooh, yeah.
I think we're only 12 away from getting our minimal subscription followers.
That's awesome.
So you guys keep going and subscribing to us. We only need 50, and
Yeah.
I think we're only 12 away. So come on, guys.
12
It's 12
away.
people.
We can do this.
12 people is all we need.
That's it. 12.
That's it. That's it. And,
12
and-
is awesome.
And if 3 of you choose to stay on for the duration,
Mm-hmm.
we'll accomplish another achievement in the process.
There we go. So if you guys want to bring a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, telethon, have people jump in and join us because we have been at this. How many episodes now?
This is episode 164.
164. Holy moly.
Bop,
It's just unbelievable that we have been doing this for 164. Oh, Jeff says, know your audiences. I want to share, but the F-bomb drops and I will get, why are you listening to those people? I can enjoy you, but I don't want to hassle. That's understandable. And that's fine, Jeff.
Yeah, so
That's
don't
fine.
say fuck on the air, Heather.
Fruit roll-ups. Is that better?
No.
No,
doesn't-
I completely understand
It's
because
not the
Jeff,
same
I'm going to be
effect.
honest with you. There's some of my family members that I don't let them know that I do this, and it's really kind of hard because I do Survivor Girl podcast and I do this as well. So for me and being out there and doing everything that I do with that, it's
Right.
kind of like a different hat that I wear. And it's not being fake or anything like that. It's just, it's two different, there's a time and place. And we've talked about that.
I look at it this way. If Joe Rogan can get a couple of million views per
Yeah.
episode and say fuck more
Well,
than
it's Joe
once,
Rogan. Joe is pretty cool.
and
I mean,
people,
we're cool.
people have him in the context of
Yeah.
their daily conversations.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going out of my way to use profanities, but if I'm
It just happens.
right, that's my point. I mean,
Conversation.
I would like to think in pretty much all adult circles, you
It happens.
have the context of conversations. You drop an F-bomb.
But we've also talked about this before because here's the thing too. You know, we don't hide who we are.
No, hell no.
But like I said, there's a time and there's a place for it. So on Survivor Girl, I don't really drop the F-bomb or swear that. I mean, I have,
Right.
but I try not to because I feel like it's a totally different vein of a podcast, which it is.
Yeah.
You know, so there again, time and place, but it happens on here a lot. I dress differently on here. I dress more like in what I'm comfortable.
This is true.
And then when I go on to Survivor Girl, usually I'm dressed up, you know, nicer or whatever. But right now, I am definitely taking advantage of the cooler weather and wearing my hats. And if you like this hat, I
I've
got
been
it from
rocking the hoodie, which is great.
yeah.
And, you know, been going for nice long
Strolls.
walks. down to the harvest and seeing my
Nice.
peeps down there. Shout
So
out to them.
they're still open. Everything's good. They're kicking it.
I love them people down there.
They're pretty
I
cool.
actually learned today what French
French press.
Yes.
Okay, tell for the listening
Okay.
audience.
So
what
what French press
it's
is?
not.
Oh, oui, oui. No. It was great because French press is basically what they do is they take the coffee beans and they crunch them up into a little bit bigger proportions than like
Okay.
turning them into
Crunchy bits.
right crunchy bits. And then what they do is they take this like plunger thing and they put water in it and they just like smash it with this and it squeezes out more caffeine and more coffee.
Oh, okay. I've seen those at work before.
Yeah.
Because
like,
we have people that bring their own coffee and stuff in, and I was like, I knew what it was, but I didn't know that that was the case of it.
yeah, coffee illiterate here because I'm a tea
Nice.
guy.
Tea guy, yeah.
So
Yeah.
when
So
they
that's
were-
new to you.
well, I asked them, I'm like, what? Because I thought at first they said cold press because I'm thinking of like, essential oils.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because cold press is better
Right.
when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Right.
Because it's more nutrients, more natural, more all of the good stuff.
Especially when you're looking at more of the expensive oils because it's such a what's the word I'm looking? It's such a laborious process.
Right. Right.
Because you have to do things a certain way to literally excrete all of the essential oil out of whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
So at first
So
I thought
kinda-
she said cold press, and I'm like,
That's gross.
how the hell do you cold press hot coffee? So, my brain
Ice.
running 20 different directions.
Yeah.
I'm like, cold press? That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
She's like, no. I said, well, what is cold press? She looked at me like, cold press? You French press. I'm like,
French press.
yeah, what the hell is that? Because
Yes.
coffee dumb. Ah.
You're gonna get some sophistication, my friend.
I'm telling you.
Keep hanging out there.
However, the caveat that I have is I've heard from multiple people I make a badass cup of coffee.
Actually, yeah. I think the big thing is Adam's listening right now, tuning in. He really was not about the wake up call coffee, and then after you started making it for him while he stayed here,
Yes.
now that's the only kind of coffee he makes. And sometimes I'm just like,
You're welcome.
half a bottle of creamer, please.
Right.
And that honestly is where
Yep.
all my calories come from.
Yeah.
Wasting it on creamer.
Yep.
Ugh. Oh,
What a waste.
before we get too much further into that, I do want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors.
We have a sponsor?
We do have a sponsor.
Holy shit. Well, hold on. Just before you go to that.
Oh, okay.
If you guys want to mix up your coffee a little bit and I know everybody has it a little different for like the Keurigs and stuff like that, but if you have like an old fashioned
I do have a Keurig.
like coffee maker with the filter,
Yeah.
throw a little splash of, or not splash, a couple of dashes of cinnamon, a couple of dashes of
Cinnamon's
ground
so good.
cloves, and a couple dashes of coriander. That will wake your taste buds up and give you the long lasting energy that you
Ooh,
need.
nice. I like it.
And it's an
I like it.
immune booster.
That is the best thing, and that is something, especially regardless of anything going on with COVID or whatever, regardless of that, it's that time of the year where you definitely want to make sure that you're boosting your immune system. See, you got me doing it now. Immune system.
Immune system.
It
that's
is very,
right.
very important no matter what time of year. You really do
Right.
need to focus on that because if your immune system is going, everything else about you is doing good.
Tea, ladies and gentlemen.
Tea. Speaking of tea,
Yes, go to your-
Mary gave me a buttermint tea from, I think it was Twinnings Tea.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, is it good? I'll get more into that though.
All right, go to the
Our
sponsors.
sponsor, we have a sponsor.
Yes.
This is exciting. Hometown Handmade is one of
What?
our sponsors.
What?
And they have changed. They are located at 130 East 3rd Street in Emily City,
Holy
which
shit.
is awesome. And they are growing
That's
with
like
vendors.
right around the corner, isn't it?
Well, not from here, but
No, I mean from where you guys were.
where they were, yes.
Yeah, that's
yes,
like
where
right
they
around the
were,
corner.
which is very cool. So I'm
But
going to
it's
go.
on the main street, though.
It's on the main street.
Hell yeah!
It is across from a really, really awesome Halloween store that's open right now.
Shit, yeah.
You can find everything there, and they are open until like 8:30, I think, up until Halloween. And then they switch over. They do like a seasonal kind of store, which is really cool.
Nice.
So they are across from there, from that Halloween store. So if you go to get your costume, they're reasonable price there too.
Hell yeah.
So if you go over there, stop across the street
Right.
at Hometown Handmade because there's a lot of new artisan vendors there.
Let's see what you got.
So we have, and the list is still growing, which is very cool. Mary's Handmade Creations, flame and flicker candles. They have jar candles and wax melts, and also they aren't handmade, but they do have the actual, what are those things called? The wax warmers. There we go. Mary's Handmade Creations. They do pallet signs, which are incredible. All kinds of different sayings. They're getting ready for Christmas. Hometown Handmade is going to actually start Christmas November 1st.
Gross.
So all these artisans are bringing in their stuff. My Hope Handmade, they specialize in the rice packs, quilts, all kinds of really cool stuff. Mile Road, she does those awesome tumblers, and she does custom work. So does My Hope Handmade, and so does Mary's Handmade Creations. So you can get custom work from these vendors, artisans.
It's all custom work, though, with Mary's.
It is, but you can actually order custom. Is what
no
I mean.
shit. Okay.
So like Mile Road, they do tumblers that are really cool. They just did a contest, so if you guys watch out for them, they just did a contest for a Christmas vacation tumbler.
Nice.
It was really cool. But go check that out. And Dragonfly Boutique,
I don't know who does that.
they're in there. Custom jewelry, memory lenses. If you have a pair of glasses from a loved one that has passed on, or a family member, whoever, they can make a. That's awkward. I can make a custom piece of jewelry out of that eyeglass or a house key or anything like that. I also just started making rainbow baby and baby memorabilia. I'm good at this. No, but I can add a name to it, and it's pretty cool to be able to do that kind of stuff. Cassie's Natural Treats,
Nice.
dog treats, dog bandanas, leashes, collars, all handmade by her.
Yeah, I quit smoking, but I have a hell of a dog treat problem now.
Well, she has some that have CBD oil in them. So there
That's
you go.
awesome.
Blind Stitch Boutique. This lady is amazing. She does the hand stitching stuff.
Yeah.
And Blind Stitch, as you would say, she is legally blind.
No shit.
And she does incredible work. So that's in there. So Unique is one of the new artisans that are there. She does custom upscale clothing.
Nice.
Very cool hoodies, different kinds. Very neat work. She's got all kinds of really cool stuff in there. Threads in My Heart, they specialize in burp rags, bags, all kinds of really cool stuff like that.
Nice.
Grapevines by Stephanie Hayden. Only available in the store. So you have to go into Hometown Handmade to get one of her custom wreaths. They're all seasonal. Very cool. There's a lot of sales going on too right now because we're getting close to switching out everything.
Yeah.
So if you stop in, there are sales happening with all these.
Hell yeah.
Nancy's Nook, she does a lot of really cool glassware stuff, and she's switching out for Christmas as well.
I like it the last.
Faye and Whimsy Soap Works. Good soap.
Yeah.
Smells awesome, and it looks pretty, so that's a bonus. Lots of good stocking stuffers, people. Kathy's Goat Milk Soap, so that's different. It's different kind of, all kinds of stuff there with that. Cards by Lori, custom cards. Some of them come with a handkerchief, which is cool. So if you're sending like a sympathy, I can't say that word. I've never been able to.
What's that?
Sympathy. There we go.
Yeah.
You can send that to them, and it has a handkerchief that is with the card, which is really cool.
Nice.
Also, Stacy Lake Studio. This is something new. She just came in, and she does the acrylic pour artwork.
Nice.
And vases and just awesome stuff. And last but not least, Sew Together by B. She's got purses. And ladies, if you look at the Hometown Handmade page, she's got like a lumberjack purse that has like the flame open up and stuff, like the mannequin eye candy stuff. Go check it out. You'll see what I'm talking about. Lots of really cute stuff. So those are currently the artisans that are in the store. So if you guys get a chance, go check it out. Hometown Handmade. You can keep up with everything that's happening in the store. Go like them on Facebook. I believe there is also a Twitter account, but she'll let me know if that's true. Instagram for sure. So guys, go check them out. Very cool. So that is our first sponsor. So thank you guys.
Sweet.
That's awesome. So we hope that we'll get people into the store. Thank you for sponsoring and all that stuff. Thank you for letting me be a part of that store. It's very cool.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, and then Mary says crusty bits, crunchy bits. Oh, but it is Heather the Maple freaking amazing. Ooh, okay. Sounds really, really good.
Yeah.
So sorry, guys. I was just catching up with the YouTube after that.
So
We have some more shout outs?
we have more shout outs,
Yeah.
but I have to go to the Facebook page.
The Facebook page. There
So
we go.
bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves while I.
Want me to talk about the week?
Sure.
Or what?
It's gonna take me like 2 nanoseconds.
Okay,
to
I'll
pull
wait.
this
I
up.
see. I'm so excited.
So-
Thursday went quick this week.
Yeah, it flew by.
Flew by.
Let's see where we at. Okay, so our friends Chris and Diane,
Okay.
who are local, which is pretty amazing, shot me a message earlier this week and said, "Hey, we are doing a mural dedication ceremony on Veterans Day,
Oh, cool.
and can you give us a shout out on your podcast?"
Absolutely.
So what I did is I shared the video, and the mural is really freaking cool. Like, I don't know if you can see this.
Were you supposed to share it, or was it going to be a reveal later?
I don't know. I'm not. It's not.
Well,
pulling
there's
up
a
anyways.
shout out.
So, anyways, they are part of the Cork Pine Art Council. Hold on, I'm totally shit in the bed here, guys. Bear with me for a minute. Yeah, Cork Pine Arts Council of Vassar.
Okay. All right.
So, and Chris and Diane are founding members of it, which is incredible. And they do a lot of cool stuff down there. Now, we've been part of the farmers market.
Yeah.
And-
Arlo down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool guy. We've been down to Vassar quite a bit, actually, and it's kind of funny because didn't you grow up there and graduate from Vassar?
Nope, not at all.
Okay. Could have swore. Are you fooling me right now?
No, I
Fooling on me.
I did
Okay,
not go to
he did.
Vassar.
Yeah, okay. So, for me, I didn't really hang out over there much. I didn't really know
You
that
weren't
there
missing
was,
much.
I was from Cass City, though, so maybe I was.
Well,
I don't
here's
know.
the thing: is Vassar's a really cool town. They always have some really cool art stuff going
Mhm.
on.
I like art.
They have a lot of like outdoor stuff going on during the spring, summer, and fall.
Yeah.
But being a kid, growing up,
You
and-
didn't appreciate that as much?
Well, I mean, here's the thing: I was always hanging out in Caro, in Cass City, and Bay City, and Saginaw, and
Mhm.
Midland, and Flint, because this closer I could get to the city, a real city, and I'm, at that point in
Right.
time, Caro was still a village.
Yeah. Yeah. I still feel like it is because mostly our town is made up of lawyers' offices
Medical care facilities
and restaurants, which is good. We have a lot of restaurants for being a decent amount.
Okay.
I mean, okay, because I grew up in Cass City. We had
McDonald's.
Subway and McDonald's and Charmant were the three big ones. So for me, that's and Parkway Pizza.
Nick's.
I love. Well, that growing up, they weren't there though.
There was a restaurant there, wasn't there?
There was Hardee's that was there.
That's what it was. Hardee's.
But they went out when McDonald's came in. So me growing up, it was
Yeah.
Subway, Little Caesars,
Yep.
McDonald's, and then Charmant.
Right.
So I guess there was, a few things there, but when you come over here, there's so much more. So to me, it is a lot more.
It's all diabetes.
So it really is. It's no joke. It really it's all time.
So yeah, let's get into our week. So I want
Okay.
to talk about some of the cool shit that I've been doing this week to
All
just
right.
kind of decompress and recharge
Yeah.
at the same time. So how has your week been, Heather?
So okay, I want to get into. I'm going to go back to the weekend first and foremost because that was a really awesome thing, and a shout out to Mary and Rodney and Vicky from My Hope Handmade. We all went down to Shipshawana. We did the Shipshawana thing.
Nice.
And it was actually a lot of fun. Shipshawana was kind of a little like the actual event
Right.
was a little bit slower, I would guess, but I think I did very, very well because there was a lot of jewelers there.
Right.
But, that's the fun thing about my product is it stands out from everybody else. I can be in the same room with other people that are making jewelry or have jewelry because
Right.
it's different. So, I felt like I did fairly well. I mean, you go to a big show like that and you have like high hopes. You're like, yeah, I could sell out. I could do this because you want to think positive about it and you want to
Absolutely.
believe in your stuff 100%. So, we were expecting to get quite a dent in our stuff. And actually it felt like there was a little bit of a dent, but not as much. There was people there that had Christmas stuff and their stuff was kind of like flying off the shelves.
Right.
But the thing is when you're in something like that, you know, it felt more like a Christmas pop-up market with some of them, and you know, not to talk bad or anything, but it was stuff that they had purchased out online or what. It wasn't handmade stuff,
Right.
so we were stuck between those kind of things, you know. So that was kind of interesting, but regardless, we still had a good time. We went and experienced Shipshawana, which was kind of cool. I've never been to Indiana actually, so for me that was it was interesting. It was like kind of like going to Marlette, but bigger scale because of, you know, because there's Amish and
Right.
you know, but it was really, really interesting to see. And it was different from being here in Michigan too, you know,
Nice.
so it was a cool experience. We got to do a lot of stuff. We went to, I'm trying to remember the place. There's a quilt place there called Lolly's, and I'm trying to remember the Mercantile. I think that's what it's called.
Okay.
So we went there, and it was kind of like, if you remember the Schoolhouse Mall, it was kind of like that.
Yeah.
Only
that place was so
much
cool.
cooler. Yeah, so it was kind of like that, and you know, we got to experience some pretty cool stuff. I sent you a picture.
Yeah.
There was this huge table that was turned into a chess table.
Yeah, that was
and the
pretty
pieces
cool.
were like this.
Yeah.
And I think it was about $3,000 for that whole thing.
Shit.
And it had checkers in it too. And the fun part is that the table opened up.
Yeah.
And there was the box, and these were all made of wooden pieces,
Yeah.
all handcrafted local there.
Oh yeah.
And you take out the box, and it had all the checker pieces in it.
Yep.
So the table opens up, the box sits in the middle, and then when you take the box up from the middle, there's a spot down inside of the table leg that all those pieces fit into.
Wow.
And then you put your checkers back on, and then you can close up the table.
That's
and the
crazy.
woodwork was it was beautiful.
That's crazy.
Like really, really cool. So you can actually turn it into your $3,000 kitchen table.
Well, it was funny because you sent me the picture
Wow.
of Adam and
Yeah.
Rodney playing chess, and I'm like, do either one of them
Yeah.
actually know what they're doing?
Well, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I know, because I mean,
They had a fun time.
I played chess with Adam, and I think I've played chess with Rodney.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because there's so much history between him and I.
Right.
So yeah.
So there was that, and there was also a really cool kind of thing. It was like not a swing, but kind of like how you have the swing chairs, only in the material,
Yeah.
the thicker material. So it was a seat here, and a table, and you could fit two people on each side.
Really.
And it had like a canopy over top, and it went like this. You could rock back and forth.
No shit.
But it was on wheels.
What?
So you're moving like this while sitting across from each other with a table in the middle.
No shit.
It was very cool, but that was also very pricey. Very, very pricey.
Well,
but
yeah.
neat. Very cool stuff, though. So, you know, kind of got to see a different like place, a different town and things. So that was really cool. A shout out to the Airbnb host and hostess, whatever it was. They were really nice, really cool. They dealt with us. So nice place. And it was relaxing to be able to go and do that.
Total fucking party animals.
Not necessarily that, but you know, a little bit louder. You know,
What?
a little bit loud. So
No.
that was the thing. But very cool people. We will actually be staying there when we go back in December. So that was
Nice.
fun. And then, you know, it was just nice to have a little decompression. Getting to a big show like that, you build up your stock, your inventory, you do all that stuff, and you're trying to get everything done before. So to actually be set up and good to go, I found that my charm bracelets are the key. People were buying those left and right, which was cool.
That's
I'm
awesome.
thankful for that. So, you know, to get to that point, though, you're getting everything ready and all that fun stuff. So it was after that, like, setup, it was
Right.
like, okay, we can relax. And we went and looked around town. We did things. And then, you know, after the show, it was like, okay, we got loaded up. Let's really just relax and have a good time, which was needed because we've been going. So then after that, I somehow ended up hurting my foot. I don't know how I did it, but it was, I think it was on after, like, when I got up
Okay.
at Shipshawana shop, whatever market. And when I stood up,
Mercantile.
no. This was at the Shipshawana chick, whatever market.
Oh. Okay.
The thing we did. Sorry, guys.
You're totally shit the bed at promoting this. You know this,
I
right?
know. I'm sorry. I fail. Sorry, Indiana. So, but I
That's what the people in Indiana say.
sorry, Michigan. Yeah, they really do. I'll tell you about that.
Oh, yeah.
So I stood up, and all of a sudden, it was like the top of my foot felt like I bruised it.
What?
I have no idea what the heck happened. So I had already was not feeling good because we went and ate, and my stomach, I was like, yep, one too many bites. So here I am, you know, not having a good time with that.
Right.
Embarrassed, about that situation. And then, my foot's killing me, and I'm all wrapped up with my foot, and I'm just like, I really please don't look at me right now. Because, there's a difference between.
You're wearing the wrap of shame.
Yes. I had my head hung, my wrap of shame. I'm gimping. I'm going, oh my God. This is you don't want that. You don't want to be on a trip and have something like that happen and be like, just please don't look at me. Let's talk about it. So that progressed into.
Come on, Gimpy, let's go.
All right. So that progressed into the next day. And when I woke up, I'm like, I can't even walk on my foot. This is stupid.
What?
It was ridiculous. So.
Wow.
So I rested on Monday, went back to work on Tuesday, and
So you literally kicked ass and left a footprint. And part of your foot.
Literally. It was the weirdest thing. I'm like, how do I hurt myself?
I don't know.
What is happening here? But all in all, though, it was a great experience, and that's how I try to look at everything. What was the lesson? What did we learn from going and doing this, and what can we do better in December? What's different that we can do? So it was a really cool experience. I was there with my Hope Handmade and Mary's Handmade Creations, and it was really cool.
Sweet.
We had a good time. We had fun. So then, I get back to work, and then I find out that we are now on 10 days or 10-hour days, and it's like, okay, buckle up, let's go. So it's been interesting.
You got
because
your crash hermit?
I need one. It is, it's one of those things where you're thankful because there's a lot of people that still are not working right now. So I'm really not complaining about that. I am very thankful that I'm getting to work right now. But it's also like, okay, January. Where are you, January?
First world problems, right?
Right. So I'm thankful. I'm not complaining. It's been interesting trying to fall back into, because I have more this season than I did last time. And I'm thankful for that, though, because, again, I always try to look back at the second chance part of things, and I go, okay, I got this.
This is what you signed on for.
Right. So yeah, it's been really a really cool, productive weekend, and then now I'm just kind of trying to get back into things and get a routine and find my footing with that. So that has been my week.
Speaking of that, nice transition.
Yeah.
Because that leads right into my week. But what you got in chat?
I got a couple things here over on YouTube really quick. Let's see. Cindy says it was still Centerville when Tony grew up. Adam.
What the hell? Shut up.
Adam says Tony and I have played several times and they have been good games. Cindy says like a glider. Yes, absolutely like a glider.
Yeah.
But on wheels.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. And then Mary says, kind of, Cindy, it was really cool. Sweet, thanks, Mary. And sounds like a project. Yeah, if you can take a look at it, it was just, I don't know, just a really, really awesome,
That's cool.
Awesome thing. So anyway, back to you, Tony.
Back to you, Bob. No, my week has been pretty crazy. And I know I say that all the time, but legit. So last Thursday, we get done with the podcast. We were both burnt.
Yes.
Like how we are, well, most Thursdays. And we don't want to do the show, and then we end up doing the show, and it's end up being the boost of energy that we needed. So Friday rolled around, and I know I said I was going to be doing Guitar Fridays. Here's the issue. I was so burnt after working my ass off all week, doing pre-production left, right, and center. I fell asleep in my chair.
Oh, no.
Right here. This chair right here.
Not even the comfy chair.
Not even the comfy chair. And I woke up because my face was stuck to my keyboard, which was great because
Been there, my friend.
I'm looking up on the screen here.
Yeah.
And there's like a bunch of like just random letters and shit all over the place. And then my phone's ringing and Dino calls me. I have like 3 missed calls from Brother Bill.
Oh,
and I'm just like, what the fuck?
So what's happening?
Yeah. So both of them asked me the question, hey, what are you doing to take care of yourself? Are you okay? Just that checkup from the neck up, so to speak.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I got to pull my shit together because this is not. And, you know, of course, the whole anxiety thing, if you guys have listened to any episode, I've tried not to make that the sole focus, but it is part of what we deal with.
Right. Exactly.
So I went on the offensive part of basically trying to get my health back in order. Not that it was really out, but, you know, lack of sleep, doing ridiculous amounts of things through the course of my day, meet and greets, pre-production, all the shit that I do. And if you've been around me for longer than 5 seconds, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So what I did is I started to go on the offense. I started listening to Bach.
Yes.
And like putting on the 7 to 10 hour Bach on YouTube. And aside from fuck the commercials, I hate them. There's like 72 and just like 5 minutes of video feed. But no, I don't know what it is about Bach's music, but for me, it has helped me reach a whole new level of productivity. Because what I've been doing is I've been doing like hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if I want to push it, blocks of creativity. And then for a half hour, 45 minutes or whatever, just completely at rest, not making my brain work overtime and just taking the time to do something that makes my brain forget about what it is that I was doing. Like, you know, playing a little game or whatever. Or solitaire, or just watching a movie or something. Just being at rest to shut my brain off.
That's so hard sometimes.
Meanwhile, I still have Bach playing in the background.
Right.
And it's crazy because I think this week has been a lot more productive than it has in a very long time because I was truly burnt out. And, you know, there's been several times this week where I was getting a little anxiety, fuck you. And I was like, what am I missing? What's going on? Why is this flaring back up? Aside from the fact that that's a thing. And then I realized I turned off Bach. Turned it back on, started the process all over again of hour and a half, 2 hours if I wanted to push it, being incredibly productive, and then taking downtime to rest and relax if I wanted to go throw some cards or whatever, or build a deck for Magic, or whatever the process is, to stay very fine-tuned, very focused, because, well, you know, our job is a tedious one at times.
Yeah.
And trying to focus on that stuff. And pre-production is going along incredible. I mean, God, there's so much cool stuff, and I can't wait to talk about it. But, yeah, and then also I introduced a new thing to my daily supplements and vitamins and nutrients.
Okay.
It's called black seed oil. And
yeah, you sent some stuff over about that, which is very interesting.
Stuff is incredible. This is what it was Sunday or Monday when I started it, and you only need like a teaspoon of this stuff because this stuff is pretty fucking potent. But no, I started this regimen, and of course, everybody that knows me knows I do smoothies. What the hell is going on?
I don't know.
That is the weirdest thing. But no, it's crazy because I started adding this into my smoothies, which was a teaspoon of black seed oil. This stuff is phenomenal. If you guys don't know what it is, go look it up. This is stuff that like traces back to the times of the Egyptians and, you know, King Hammurabi and all them people 5,000-6,000 years ago or whatever. So, but what it is it's full of omega-3s, omega-6s, and omega-9s. Plus, it's got some other really cool stuff that helps level out your blood sugar and regulate it.
I don't know anybody that needs that.
I don't know anybody that needs that either. And it's an antidepressant. And it's like, seriously, look at the health benefits up of black seed oil. And, you know, of course, with anything, obviously talk to a physician before you start. But that's the thing with me.
Good disclaimer.
With me, I go, well, what the hell do I got to lose? It's my body. If I don't know my body better than a physician, I don't know what to tell you. And since I've been eating clean for this duration, I know what my body's going to do and what it's not going to do. If my body starts acting weird, hey, stop doing that.
Right.
But I've also managed to have a pretty clean bill of health, and I have not been sick. Knock on wood. Good Lord, what, 3-4 years now?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been quite the duration, and since I've
I remember one.
right, but that's the thing though, is since I've aggressively went on the offense for my daily consumption of food and changed things up and went to that healthier way of doing things, like literally attempting to prep all of my food before I eat it, so I know exactly what's going into my food.
Right.
I feel fucking incredible.
And I think that's the most important part of it is knowing exactly what you are putting in your body. We do so much of that fast, and we have to do this quick. We have to get something. It's like a split second. I think, I'm not trying to cut off your week or hijack your conversation here.
You're good. Go.
But one of the things that I realized is anytime that my mom and I would go out when I was younger, it seemed like we'd go to Saginaw on the weekend, and whether it be Saturday or Sunday or whatever, almost every weekend. And when we'd go, it felt like it was instantly that we had to go eat somewhere.
Yeah.
Even though, we ate before we left, it was like it was instantly instilled in you that because there was fast food around or more restaurants, you had to go and eat. And I feel like a lot of us probably grew up like that or do that now, is instead of, planning ahead and doing that stuff, it's just easy to do the convenient stuff.
Right.
But after a while, our bodies just get worn out doing that stuff. And I'm not perfect. I still have my issues there. But something like that, starting a regimen, it took me a long time to get my vitamins.
Right.
That was a big thing. So, Adam and I both do ours in the morning. So to add something like that with the vitamins in the morning and everything like that, it's just a no-brainer just to do it.
And that's the thing, is our food is so starved of nutrients. I mean, you see refortified this, enrich that. That's because they've stripped out every nutrient, every supplement that comes in this food naturally, and they have to put it back in because of their processing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to look at a box and go, oh, there's 27 different ways to process this, and it's been processed, so they have to go through and do all of this. No, I'm just going to go make some fresh rice that I got from the local mom and pop big box store of Country Bulk Foods.
Right.
Shout out to those guys.
Good place.
All organic stuff that they do there. It's incredible. And, it's cheap.
Yeah.
God, is it cheap. It's amazing.
And I think that's one of the biggest arguments that people have when it comes to their health and when it comes to eating. Not only is it convenient, here's the questions I think that a lot of people ask. Is it convenient? Is it cheap? Is it going to cost me a lot? Is it something that I can grab quickly? Is it, and that's where you kind of have to start thinking about, okay, the quicker I think it is to get something, I think it's harder for us to be able to digest it and, to really have health benefits from it.
And that's what I want to get to is, I grew up on the road because that was the lifestyle that I chose. Yeah, I didn't eat that great. But when I started going to these local mom and pop, local grocery stores, whatever town I was in, I went, oh, cool, there's an apple, there's a banana.
Right. Which is nice.
You're talking 15, 20 cents at that point in time.
Right.
So I had 2 nickels to rub together. I would at least be able to get something like that. Now, here's the caveat, is people talk about, is it quick, is it convenient? Okay, here's the thing. If you're eating properly, you don't eat a shit ton of food with empty calories.
Right. And that's hard.
It is.
That's hard because how you grew up, I'm sure.
Meat and potatoes all day long.
Meat and potatoes, like ours was trying to make things stretch, for meals and stuff. Like when it was just me and my mom would make rice, stewed tomatoes, and hamburger or turkey burger. That was the big thing because it was a lot cheaper for us. So, I don't ever want to look at that again now. Of course, I can't really process rice anyhow.
Right.
But, that was the thing is growing up with her. So like a can of SpaghettiOs or something for me was something quick, or going to the store and grabbing snacks because I was alone. Like she would work and then I would just go next door because the party store was right next door.
Right.
She'd give me money and I'd buy Superman ice cream and eat the whole thing like it was a meal. Why? Okay, because you're 13. That's all. You don't care.
Right.
You know, but now that I'm older, it really is a fight still, even to this day, of convenience,
What?
tasting good. I mean, you know, a lot of the fast food stuff tastes better than some of the stuff that you can make, you know.
And for our listening audience, the thing I want to point out is the fact that when you were living here for 6 months and I started cooking home cooked meals,
Yeah.
what was the longest that you can remember prep to meal being completed time?
I would say probably about like a half an hour,
And that was a
45 minutes,
fairly
depending.
big spread. Meal,
Yeah, well,
right?
of course, like an hour for some of the bigger stuff. But
Right.
yeah, but generally, I mean, like if you did dirty rice or whatever,
Right.
that combination, that didn't really take too long. I'd say probably about half an hour
Well, here's the
to
thing.
be able to make, you know, get everything going.
That's where the prep.
But that's
comes
not a
in
bad
play.
thing.
Right. And that's the thing is I think most of the meals that I do now, because I've already done the prep prior to that,
Yeah,
it takes 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes at the max.
yeah,
And you're eating a fully fleshed out, organic, you know exactly what is going into
that's
this.
the scary thing
And it,
is you don't know a lot of times.
right.
But yeah, go ahead.
And
Sorry.
that's my point is everything that I put into my food,
you know.
I know, one, it's going to boost your immune system. Two, it's incredibly healthy for you. And I have yet to meet a person that has eaten my food and went, no, this tastes like shit. I don't want any more of it. In fact, there's been almost fist fights in my house
There has.
of people grabbing food that I have
Yes.
made and attempting to escape my domicile.
But one of the great things about home cooking and cooking meals and stuff, there's a certain kind of pleasure from being able to do that. It's like a really good euphoric feeling to be able to cook a nice meal and serve it to somebody. You know, even if
very
it's just
cathartic.
even if it's just Adam and I, to be able to watch him make this
Yeah.
face, you know, after he takes one bite, like that makes me super happy inside, and that's
I've so
part
seen him do
of
that so
being
many
able
times
to
here.
do, you know, being able to do that.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because, you know, in prior relationships, it was, it's okay. Are you kidding me? Like I just put all kinds of love
Right.
into this, you know. But and that's different now. And before I get too much further into that, though, Rob is joining in. He says, "Hello, y'all. Aloha, y'all.
Aloha.
Aloha,
Well,
y'all.
and that
Y'all. Yep.
one of the things that I was experimenting with. So I'm watching this video on YouTube, and Saffron Olive. I don't know if you guys knew who he is. He's a huge magic guy.
Okay.
But I'm sitting there thinking while I'm watching this because I love magic,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, saffron and olive. I wonder what that tastes like. Now here's the kicker.
Yeah.
So Sean wanted pizza for dinner.
Okay.
So I went to the local grocery store here and picked up all fresh ingredients out of the produce section.
Nice.
Got the packaged pizza dough, which I never ever do, but because it was literally at the last minute because I
Yeah.
had such a busy day, but I still cut up the peppers, cut up the mushrooms, cut up the onions, cut up the what else? The olives, cut up the pepperonis, and
Yeah.
all fresh cheese, and then of course I add some fresh herbs and spices. So I was like, okay, I wonder what this actually tastes like. Because
Yeah.
I automatically go back to the element of like ratatouille.
Adam says this all the time.
Right.
Every time I cook.
Right.
But
He's
yeah.
like strawberry and cheese. I wonder
Feeling
what
it
this
all
is. Right.
together
And then
and
in your
just-
head, it's like this explosion of flavor.
Mhm.
So, of course, now anybody that knows what saffron is,
Yeah.
it's really fucking expensive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
However, I'm a psychotic person who went, okay, so is saffron and olive. Wonder what that tastes like together. I did find out it's actually really good.
So I imagine it would be.
The thing with saffron, because it's a permeating spice, less is more.
Yeah, there you have to really know. See, and it's the chemistry. And we've talked about this before. Like
Right.
being able to cook and to add stuff, and you
Right.
know, it really is chemistry.
So what I did was I took this pizza, all handmade shit,
Yeah.
got the sauce, the whole 9 yards. It was incredible. What is going on with the
Mhm.
video here?
I'm scaring the cameras.
Oh, this is pissing me off. There we
But
go.
anyhow,
Okay, so
you're-
I'm back.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what I did is I took like 2 little slivers of saffron
Yeah.
and just like crumpled it up and sprinkled it on my pizza.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was some next level
With the
amazingness.
olive oil on it.
No, just plain olive. Like
Oh.
I was like, okay,
olive. Okay,
olive.
yeah.
It was black olives and saffron. But
Yeah.
Like I literally had the green peppers, the olives, the mushrooms, the tomato sauce, the cheese, and the pepperoni.
Yeah.
And then it was almost like just a fine sprinkling of saffron. And holy shit, this was incredible. I went, I'm onto something, and I can probably charge $75 for a piece of fucking pizza because that's how much saffron is.
It's crazy, isn't it? So I got a couple things over here on YouTube.
Yeah, what you got?
It says foodgasm face, LOL.
Yeah,
Adam.
exactly.
Cindy
Foodgasm.
says the tuna stuff, LOL. And Rob says 12 hours I haven't, but crock pot. Okay.
Oh my God, I have an incredible recipe for doing, everybody cringes when I say it, but chicken vaginas. Chicken fajita mix. I literally throw the chicken in the crock pot all day long and do a mix of my own. What the hell is going on here?
Can't switch it up. Anyway.
Totally shit in the bed. So what I do is I mix up my own mix for chicken fajita stuff, and it's all fresh herbs and spices. And I'll let that literally soak and permeate into the chicken all day long in the crock pot.
Sounds good.
Right? So when I pull it out and kind of just brown it in the pan really quick, I sprinkled the fajita mix over top of it. So it's already got all those good herbs and spices sitting in the chicken all day long. And then I'll do like a tomato basil, which is incredible.
Sounds
You had
good.
some of that. And then I'll do the chicken fajita mix. And then, of course, let that cook up, let it sweat for a minute underneath a glass top.
Yeah.
And then take it out, put it on your little fajitas with, whatever toppings you want, onions, peppers, tomatoes, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Sour cream and cheese. Right.
Really, what you could do.
That chicken is so fucking good.
You're not kidding. Like, that is really, really good. It's really good. And it's
And you
funny.
guys have had it, yeah.
It's what's fun about this, we get into these conversations about cooking and things, is we've
And
both
it's healthy for you.
we both kind of thrown down here, of making different meals, which is fun because
I win every time.
when you can have a group of people that come over to enjoy the food, like the one time I made potato soup and the breadsticks.
You know what? I'm throwing the gauntlet down. You have to come over one of these mornings and make some more of those breakfast pizzas. Damn it!
I have a new crust that I can make that actually is low carb, gluten free.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
If
and
they
it
are
turns out so good.
remotely close to being as amazing as those ones were.
Yeah.
Like I ate
Thank
what?
you.
I ate one, and I'm like, I'm done. I can't eat anymore. It's so filling.
So, but that is the fun part of being able to cook is
Right.
it's interesting because I grew up experimenting with things. Like I
Right.
would take a few things out of the cupboard and make something out of it. My mom would be like, "How did you do that?" Like, I don't know. I just know how to mix and season, and it's kind of been that way. My dad has been a really good cook with the seasoning and chef, and my mom was really good at baking and cooking,
Right.
So it was interesting to be able to just pick up from both of them,
Right.
So, but we have
Just don't let Adam cut up onions.
no, do not. We're not getting into that. But, it's interesting to be able to do that kind of stuff and cook. I love being able to have people come and
Cooking is one of those cathartic experiences, and I'm gonna go to the split shot
Okay.
here because you can attest to this. Cooking is one of those things where you literally just listen to your ancestors go, "That's enough, child."
Yeah, pretty much.
And
Yeah.
it's such a cathartic experience because there's been days where my anxiety has kicked my fucking ass, and it can go back to hell where it came from.
But being able to do that still.
But being able to get into the kitchen and just get that experience where you're chopping and you're cutting and you're sautéing and you're getting the essences of the different smells of the herbs and spices. And like I always throw on jazz when I'm cooking.
I love jazz.
And
Why
it's
not?
great because
not?
people walk into the kitchen and are like, "What the hell are you
Adam
doing?"
did that the one time. He's like, "What are you listening to?" I was
Right.
like, "That's jazz, sweetheart."
Right.
I was like, "Yeah."
And that's the great part about it is when you get done, all of the shit that was bugging you is gone.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
you have this incredible meal to just be in there moment by moment as you're tasting these different textures and
Yep.
things of this incredible chemistry that you made and went, I don't even know what the hell I did, but this tastes amazing.
Well, it was interesting because I think it was last week or whenever it was that I had a day where I was able to come home
Right.
and still function. I bought these noodles that are, I think they're like the shiitake or something,
Okay.
but they're zero carb, completely zero calorie,
Nice.
and they look weird, but I was able to cook those up. And then I took and made like an homemade Alfredo sauce with
That's
shrimp,
so
or not
good.
shrimp, crab in it.
So good.
And Adam's just looking at me and he's like, "How do you know how to do this?" I don't know. I just do. I've never done it before. He's like, "Where'd you get this recipe?" I said, "Just made it.
Yep.
Just did my own."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to make Alfredo. I just did it.
Oh yeah.
And we both sat there and we were just kind of both like, "Oh wow, this is really freaking good." So, you have those moments where you're like, I just did that. Like, that's really cool.
Right. And see, that's the thing is, I'm a huge fan of if you make. I always make more than enough because half the neighborhood ends up eating my
Yeah,
house
right.
anyways. But I made the pizza last night, which was absolutely incredible. And so I got to eat some of it today. And I'm going, wow, this even tastes better because then you get all of that stuff soaking into the food.
Yeah.
And it's not soggy. It's not squishy. I mean, I threw it in the microwave for like a minute to warm it back up. And it tasted even better. And I
Yeah.
went, holy shit. And I did a very light sprinkling of fresh herbs and spices on there. Nothing like I normally do.
Right.
But all of that subtlety was just in the food. And I'm going, damn, I'm good.
It's a rewarding feeling like that though, to be able to make stuff and be like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I did good. I mean,
Yep.
it's not being cocky or anything. It's actually taking pleasure in being able to make something that delicious for not just yourself but for other people, and for them to actually enjoy it. There's nothing like that feeling.
Well,
It's a really cool feeling to have.
It was great because when the boys showed up here last week, I was like, are you guys hungry? Because
Yeah.
I made chicken fajitas. And they're like, what? So, of course, being, fellow musicians, they're
Yep.
like, fuck yeah, dude, let's get down on this. So they went upstairs and they were only able to eat one apiece because they're like, oh my God, dude, this is so filling. And this is probably the best freaking chicken fajita I've ever had.
That's awesome.
And I'm going, I just get in the kitchen and do my thing.
Just do it.
And I mean,
good
there's
stuff.
something to be said about fresh ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
The fresher you can get, oh my God,
The
how
better.
amazing. Like I use fresh ground ginger or fresh shredded ginger
Mhm.
root on everything.
Oh yeah.
And fresh turmeric, I mean, I got my own little spice grinder that I'm just like,
Literally does. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you haven't accused me of taking your spice grinder. I'm like, I don't have your grinder.
Well, the ferret ran off with it, and I was just like, what the hell?
Of course. But, all of this food talk and everything. Another, you mentioned pizza.
Yeah.
We've got the holidays coming up, and I don't think anybody is really ready for it, but I think it's going to be totally different this year, with just everything. But one of the things is tradition. For Christmas, my mom and I always made pizza. Well, not always, but like the past, like I'd say 3 years before she had passed, we started a tradition of making homemade pizza.
Yeah.
Because nothing's open.
Yeah.
And, doing a huge meal of ham and all that stuff, it was just her and I
Of
hanging
course.
out. So we would make homemade pizza as a tradition for Christmas. And that was just awesome. I loved it because I would pick my toppings for my side. She would do her side, and it was just a very cool kind of thing to do. So I think about like traditions and how traditions kind of get lost or how they get started and different things that we do. And it's a good feeling to have that and go, okay, well, which ones do I want to keep for my family or for, what we're
Right.
doing? And that gets lost as well as we continue to go and get older and grow. It's so weird how so many things just change when holidays come up,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was thinking about that when you said that. I'm like, yeah, we used to make pizza together for Christmas, and that was just cool.
So yeah, to sum up my week, between Bach and
Right.
and getting into the kitchen and experiencing that catharsis moment by moment of cooking and adding all of these great supplements and nutrients and vitamins into my day-to-day diet. And I it's funny because forever there I was like, well, I'm going to work out and change my routine up.
Yeah.
I can safely say I'm not doing anything right now except for going for walks
Yeah.
every day that I try to go through and get outside and still get some fresh air while we're not in sub-zero temperatures.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that myself too. I try to do a walk while I'm at work, other than hurt my foot this past week. But I try to not be so frustrated because I'm so used to having like a pattern and for me or doing an actual routine in the mornings. So now that I'm back to work and everything is just thrown up in the air, I'm just like I don't have my pattern anymore. In the beginning, I kind of was like, "Oh my god, what am I doing? What do I do? What do I do? I don't have what I was doing every single day."
Whatever the hell you want to, as long as it's healthy.
But yeah, exactly. So I didn't freak out. So I've kind of, you kind of just learned how to adjust. And instead of
Right.
having anxiety about not having your morning routine, I have to switch it up. So,
course.
I have a new routine for while I'm doing work at Bronner's. And when I go back from being done with Bronner's, I'll go
Yeah.
back to my other routine.
Absolutely.
But embracing that, I think, is the hard thing for a lot of people that are not good with change. And throughout my life, I have not been a really good person with change. I mean,
It's the only constant, though.
and you're right when you look at it that way. Like
It
I
is.
have not been good with change throughout my life, and I
The more
don't know
things
why.
change, the more they stay the same.
I don't know why. Like I'm at 40, and I'm like, screw change. Like I'm not doing this. But you're right. Everything is constantly changing, But like even when I started back to work this year,
Right.
I was in a completely different room.
Oh, yeah.
I'm used to being in the one room because this is my sixth season.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, why? I asked my boss, I'm like, why are you putting me over here? And he probably felt like I was being a turd about it, because I'm just like,
Right.
why are you changing everybody if it works? I felt like I was that old man that was like, get off my lawn. Only more manlier, I'd think.
No, you're the crazy cat lady.
I'm embracing that, whatever. But, it's just interesting how one tiny thing can like throw you off, or you can go, okay, well, this is new.
Right.
Because I like it now.
Right.
I'm okay with the room that I'm in. It's been a month now, and I'm just like, yeah, I like it over here. Really? So then next year he'll put me back in the other room, and I'll be like, why are you? Okay, a month in, I like it over here. I don't know. It's just interesting trying to adjust, and especially having anxiety and depression.
Right.
And then, of course, on top of it, we're experiencing the weather change and, getting darker at night. Now, I'm not a huge fan of that. That really is hard on my system.
You know, when you have partial night blindness, you just stop going out when the sun goes down. Because you
Right.
run into fucking everything. And I will never drive at night for those reasons. Because,
It's hard to see.
well, right. And when you can't see, up goes the anxiety.
So at nighttime, it's harder for, like, this time of year is especially hard for you because then you're
Right.
just like, I'm home now. That's gotta suck.
Well, but see, that's the thing is going back to the whole change. I'm going to go to the split screen.
Okay.
Going back to the whole changing things up and being comfortable with change, I discovered this week in trying to change things up that I really do like successful change.
Yeah,
And the fact that it's routine that things are going to change.
you're right.
And and I think that had a lot to do with my self rediscovery, if you will. That I was going through and doing this exercise routine and that exercise, and I'm not saying that's bad.
Right. No,
Please.
it's good.
Push
Yeah.
yourself, because you're going to push yourself harder than anybody else, and discover what you can and can't do.
Right.
If it hurts, stop fucking doing it.
Yeah. I mean, really, you have to be mindful of that.
Right, and
With
that's
anything.
That's the point that I'm getting at. Is I'm not doing anything right now, except for going for walks, and I feel incredible.
And that's good. Like, were you hard on yourself though at first? Like, I'm not doing all the stuff that I was doing.
Yeah,
What is? I'm shit in the bed here.
I struggled with that because I'm like, well, I got a little more pudge than I want.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things is, okay, I went to my doctor's appointment.
Mhm.
I checked out 100% clean bill of health.
Good. Like,
So-
that's awesome.
Why would I beat myself up if I'm
Because
healthy?
we're mean to ourselves.
But that's my point. It's my body, my junk in my trunk. Cool. Love it. Embrace it. Do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not, okay, body positivity, whatever. That crap doesn't matter.
Right.
It's what are you doing to, one, maintain your health and boost your health. So those days that you, quote unquote, have a cheat day,
Yeah.
you work that much harder mentally and emotionally, because that's the biggest battle that you deal with.
Yeah.
You get your mental and your emotional state. You can talk about this even more so than I can. you get your mental and your emotional state put back on track. The physical is a side effect that will just happen all by itself.
Right. Well, and that was the thing. We kind of had a little when I get here before podcast, we kind of have a hey, how you doing? What are you doing? Kind of thing and a conversation because we don't really see each other that often.
Well, especially nowadays with the busy season.
Right. Busy season gets really crazy. And I get kind of mean to myself. Like I bully myself about this stuff because before we got started, I was like, oh, the show, it's Saturday, blah, blah, blah. I got to work a 10-hour shift tomorrow or I got to work tomorrow, whatever. And you're like, no, it's tomorrow night. And I'm like, oh no, and I got upset about it. Like I'm kicking myself over it going, man, I can't believe I did that. I'm failing right now. But, you have to really stop and think of the concert or, the situation that you're in.
Right.
First and foremost, it's been go, go, go. I got used to being able to be at home doing my thing, whatever. And then all of a sudden just everything picked up again at once, which, again, I don't complain about. Right. It's just interesting trying to juggle everything. You get in your mind of what things you really want to do. And it's not like I can sit home and watch TV or just, do any of those kinds of things because I really don't.
I hate television. That's why I watch YouTube, and I'm really getting pissed at YouTube. So
once in a while, like we'll get onto an episode of something from Netflix or whatever, But again, it's
Netflix anymore.
It's just trying to weave through everything and trying to figure out and be kind to yourself through these kind of adjustment stages. I was talking with somebody who was telling me that over, being home and quarantined and everything, they gained like 20 pounds. Well,
the quarantine 15.
Right. So for me, it was like, yeah, well, I was there with 12 and I'm openly, going to talk about that because I was kicking myself in the ass. Well, here's one thing. Honeymoon phase kind of is over with, the easy.
Honeymoon's over, man.
But here's the other thing though. I am not the same person that I used to be before I went and I did the weight loss surgery. The old me would have been like, well, I'm failing. There's 12 pounds. Tomorrow I'll be up to 30. Because I didn't feel like there was any kind of end in sight there. Me right now, I'm like, I'm at it. They've got these challenges out there for like the Fit Fab or whatever. If you've seen those for the walks, there's a 53.3 one that's a Dragonfly one. I'm not doing their challenge, but I'm gonna do that 53.3.
Hell yeah!
And I've already started to do that. When I get home, I'll hop on and do a mile, whatever I can to get through it.
Right.
And then I'm gonna give myself my own reward instead of doing, But there are some of them that are charitable for those kind of walks, virtual race, whatever. So check them out. I'm not downplaying that in any way. It's just I decided for myself, this is how I'm going to get myself back together. And I've started watching what I'm doing again. It's easy to fall off of the wagon and then be like, yeah, I'm off. I'm not getting back on there. But that's the old way of thinking. Me now, I'm just like, yeah, that's not happening. I can feel the difference.
Right.
And just that, 12 pounds, it's like, no. I am more sore. I'm having issues. This is not happening. So, I put my foot down and I'm like, okay, well, here we go.
And that's the premise that I was basically touching on for, completing the week of getting here to another Thursday and going, okay, this is where I'm at. Last week, yeah, it was a fucking shit show. This week, still a shit show, but it's a little bit better shit show because mentally and emotionally,
gotta have them celebrations.
I'm getting back on track to where I was before all of this stuff went crashing down. And I'm talking in a matter of weeks that this kind of just went, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell is going on here? So trying to find that effective change, short term and long term, to go, how am I going to set myself up for success? So I can, if I'm going to use this thing, because you kind of have to be mentally and emotionally equipped, because I set myself up for success to go, okay, if it's Bach, great. If it's Mozart, if it's Beethoven, whatever. Find a routine that works and then change it up to it. I mean, that's the thing is I was thinking through the course of the week, I'm like, man, how long has it been since I've actually had music in my everyday life?
Right. Oh, that's a huge thing.
Right. And I went, wow, I honestly can't remember other than like listening to the radio and then getting pissed off because there was a commercial on it and shut me off.
Right.
But, when you listen to Bach, it's like, wow, this takes you places. internally.
Right. It's a totally different kind of avenue that it brings you down too.
Yeah.
And I was giggling when you said that because, the daily routine and everything that you
Right.
talk about. Well, when I'm at work, it's easy for me to put on like unsolved mysteries or cold
Dun,
case
dun.
files or anything like that because it's on YouTube and you
Right.
can watch full episodes on it without those breaks or whatever. So I started doing that, and then I noticed because I've talked about the adrenal fatigue stuff and all that kind of thing. But now that I started to listen to it, like I start feeling a lot different. You are what you eat. You are what you listen to. I mean, there's a lot of different things. I'm not saying that I'm going out to commit any kind of crimes or anything, but
Murder porn.
But honestly, though, like listening to these, I start getting anxiety about stuff that I wasn't having anxiety about. I started like really missing my mom and getting really sad and weepy about that kind of stuff. And I'm like,
What the hell are you doing, girl?
yeah, right. I was doing really good. I was,
Right.
Doing all this stuff. And I'm just like, what are you doing? So now I'm on the quest to find stuff that's wholesome to listen to, that's going to help me through my day and
Right.
keep me up and keep me going. I listened to some Bach, and that helped me stay focused while I was penning and, whatever.
Isn't it incredible?
It is. But I'm also like, okay, I need to get more like culture, more different things in there that are
Right.
good.
Right.
Because I can't handle a lot of the, obviously, like the unsolved mysteries and stuff. And I'm like, what happened? Just I start getting stressed out about things. And then I start thinking about way too much stuff that
Of
don't.
course.
And then you miss out on your day to day.
Yep.
You miss out in the minutes that are most important. Instead,
Yep.
you're focusing on all of the what was.
And that's why I'm looking so forward
Not a good
to
place
this
to be.
weekend. It's going to be a busy weekend. It's going to be an incredible weekend. But I'm looking forward to a totally different environment.
Yeah.
And just getting down there and getting my hustle on it. It's so funny when people go, so what did you do this weekend? And I go, I was down at the man cave. They're
Right.
like,
Where?
Oh shit. That
Right.
means you probably didn't get any sleep. 2, you worked the whole entire time you were down there. And when I
And
say,
if you had hair, it'd look like you stuck your finger in a light socket.
oh God, I am a hot 2020 dumpster fire.
Yeah.
That should be a meme. Like
Yeah.
when people pull up to a party and they go, "What kind of week have you had?" It's a 2020 dumpster fire kind of week.
Yeah. Who's got the lighter?
But that's the thing is, I intentionally leave early because a lot of the times I have to hurry up, get back, take my daughter to work, and then decompress and figure out, okay, shit, where's the rest of my clothes? Did I forget anything? Blah, 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 blah.
Right. Right.
And then we have your show we have to do.
Yeah. There's
And-
so much.
By the way, we are actively looking for interns to come
Yes.
work in the studio
Very much so.
because our one intern slash executive producer who was working on Heather's show
Yeah.
has stepped out. He's on to another journey in his life. We wish him well.
Absolutely.
But we need more interns.
We do need some help around here. So if you are willing and able to come and help out in the studio, it's definitely a different kind of an experience. You get to be able to go hang out with us at different shows, different things like that. Of course, with
Absolutely.
permission. We would prefer that you are at least 2021, but with exception of permission or whatever, you're able to go. But
Preferably 21 and older.
Preferably, that would be very helpful. And, we need help with our media. We need help with promotion. We need help with all kinds of different things. Especially this time of year because,
I'm doing it all myself.
yeah. So here we are. I've got a couple things over here on YouTube.
What you got?
All right. So Rob is talking about your egg salad, Tony's egg salad, but I think he's talking about tuna dip,
Is
though.
that the tuna dip?
I think
It's
so,
gotta
the
be
tuna dip. He said egg salad, enough said. Adam said cat lady, definitely not crazy. He's getting points. Listen to that guy.
Adam, just admit it. She's batshit insane. She's guilty by association.
Rob says Tony's egg salad. Christmas, my mom's strata homemade. And also, sorry, a drool check. And my dad says, hello, everybody. Running late. Watch what you say. Dad's here.
What's up, Pops?
Hey, Dad. Welcome. Glad that you're here to hang out. It's been, very interesting, too, because I've been trying through everything going on to keep in touch. And it's so hard to keep in touch with everybody, but I'm trying so hard.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, I'm ready for a nap.
And see, I'm just one of those inconsiderate assholes that I'll just like roll up to someone's house that I haven't seen in a minute, be like, "Hey, are you home?"
Hey, what's up? What you doing?
And those
Yeah.
people that are like, "We're not coming to talk to you, but we'll yell across the lawn."
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, we can do that. Yeah.
And then you have those people who are like, get over here. I'm going to put you in a headlock and squeeze on you because I haven't seen you in 4 centuries.
Gonna give you a hug and you're gonna like it.
Right. And I'm okay with that too.
It's like a lost art form. People are just like, you sick?
What is human greeting?
How does one do this? I don't know. Right, pretty much.
I'm cool. I'm hip.
But it's and that's been a kind of an interesting thing too. Because what I always say on Survivor Girls, life is best lived.
Shit, yeah.
But what we're doing right now is it's just so divided and everything is just so all over the place. It's very hard to have that human connection, that interaction with everything that's going on, because you don't know what's safe, what's not with certain people, because everybody's living differently now.
Right.
So it's not poking fun at anybody. There's all kinds of different ways that people are living right now. But I think a lot of people are just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm over this. I'm so over it.
It's too peoply out there. You suck.
There's that too, but trying to keep in contact, I got to do like a Zoom call with my brother and everything. And, that was really cool. That was interesting to be able to see each other. And it's like, why don't we do this all the time? Like, he's got a lot of really cool stuff that's going to be happening. Right. And, just being able to reconnect with him has been very cool.
Well, and that's what I was going to make the suggestion. Going back to the split shot.
Okay.
You know what? We're going to go to my ugly mug.
Okay, go to you.
The thing that I want to point out is, okay, do what you feel comfortable doing. However, I have one caveat to add to that.
Okay.
Have a face-to-face conversation at least one time a day.
You should.
Because if you can't have that face-to-face conversation, because we are hardwired for human interaction and engagement, come on. Go. If you don't feel comfortable going out in public or talking to people, you've got Skype, you've got Zoom, you've got Facebook Messenger, you've got Duo, you've got all of these apps that you can literally do a face-to-face with whoever it is that's important to you.
Yeah.
And reconnect with those people. I get it. Crazy, busy, things are opening back up, going back to life, whatever.
Yeah.
Have a face-to-face conversation. Whether you're just sitting at the local coffee house and having a face-to-face conversation there, or you're on video, if that's where you feel comfortable.
Yeah. However.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Have a face-to-face conversation and don't put a time limit on it. Lose track of time as long as your responsibilities are taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely.
But for fuck's sake, reconnect being a human being. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you won't regret it.
I agree with you on that. It's different because you think about all the things of, we've both had like quite a bunch of losses in our life. So, you think back about those people that you cannot connect with. Like, there's no possible way to connect with them because they're not here any longer. And then you have the people that are still here. And, it's a struggle trying to reconnect or to connect with people because, like I said, the world is all over the place right now. Everybody's doing a different thing. And, it's whatever. But you need that connection with people.
And the thing that I heard the most, and you can attest to this, is before this shit happened, what was everybody's excuse? I'm too damn busy. I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So one of the positive things that came out of this divide in the sand, if you will, is people were forced to slow down.
That's true.
And were forced to go on video calls.
Yeah.
And were forced to reconnect with the important things that was in their life.
Yeah.
Remember to slow down and to reconnect with the important things in your life.
Mm-hmm.
I know we do this show every Thursday and we talk about complete off-the-wall shit. But if you're going to apply this, you won't be disappointed. It may take you a minute to kind of find the rhythm again.
Yeah.
But once you find that rhythm, baby, woo, you're on it.
Go with it. I mean,
hell yeah.
I mean, really, that's really kind of a good thing that we could probably, almost end the show on is reconnecting with people, even if it is over the internet, just having a conversation.
And watch Heather throw the boxes away 27 times in a row.
Yeah, there you go. I can't share it with you, but
Oh my God.
we are still here. The camera's
We're still here. The camera keeps taking a shit.
Well, the camera is off. I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to SouthStateRadio.net because they re-air us every every chance they get, all of the stuff that we got going on, not only with Don't Make This Weird, but This Is My Brain podcast, Guitar Fridays, Survivor Girl Sundays, Tuesday night rants, everything that we got going on. And there's more, like we keep on saying. We promise you that there really is more and more stuff's going to be happening. Yep. But, you know, we just want to give a shout out to solidstateradio.net for re-airing us over there on their station, because that's awesome. So all of you listeners on Solid State Radio that tune in every chance that you get for what we've got going on, we want to just thank you and appreciate you, and everybody that jumps in on these nights with us on YouTube and on Twitch, for chiming in, for supporting, for getting on that contest that we talked about in the beginning, to find out who is the winner between me and Tony, who can get the most likes, shares, subscribe. It's going to be me. All of that stuff. We just thank you guys so much for the support after all of this time being here, doing this and everything. You guys are, you know, the main part of it, because
that's what we do.
I mean, we'd still have these conversations and just hang out every Thursday or Sunday, whatever, Tuesday, Friday, all of the things that we got going on. But with having you guys chiming in and talking with us, I mean, it just makes it even better. And it seemed like this past week, Thursday just flew. Yeah. It got here very quick. Very quick.
And I'm kind of glad that things were working at a slower pace so I could get all this stuff done that I needed to get done.
Right.
Because, you know, check up from the neck up, baby. Mentally, emotionally, make sure it's on point. Because if it's not, it's going to be a shit show.
Yeah, and you know, and I feel kind of now, too, because we're both now in our 40s, you know, trying to navigate through that and making sure that you are getting the most out of your life is important. Oh, yeah. You know, so you kind of reevaluate things, and you try to figure out what's going to make your soul happy. Not because it's selfish or anything, but honestly, that's really what everybody should be doing. Because if you have an empty cup, you're not going to be able to help or pour into anybody else's.
I just shared this meme on Facebook. It says, the older I get, the less shit I'm impressed by.
0 out of 10. I would not recommend. Right? Say it with me, folks. 2020. 0 out of 10.
But
would
that's
not
the
recommend.
thing, is I'm also thankful that I get to go through these things.
Yeah.
So I'm better well-equipped to adult.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, obviously somebody out there is listening and hearing the crazy shit that we do, whether it's a band or whether, you know, whatever it is.
Right.
I mean, that's the thing is, you know, we're giving tribute to the people, because sometimes it's a motivational speech. Other time it's a dick and fart joke. Other time it's a live band in the studio.
You just never know what you're going to get with the Don't Make This Weird podcast.
And that's why I love what we do, because we get to do it. We get to go through and see, you know, your guys' lovely comments. And when you chime in, you know, we're not afraid to give you all a shout out. Don't be afraid to jump on and be like, hey, I'm here, I'm supporting. Because everybody likes to hear their name live on the air.
Absolutely.
I know I do. I'm like, oh, he said hi to me.
It was me. Oh, my gosh.
And I do this stuff all the time. Right, exactly.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, again, we appreciate you guys jumping in and talking with us on chat. We try to keep up with that and and mention you guys as soon as you are able to comment, you know, try to keep up with all of that, because you guys are appreciated. We thank you so much. And you know, without you guys, we wouldn't be as far as we are. And the more people that just keep on coming in, we appreciate that too. You know, you never know what you're going to get on the Don't Make This Weird podcast. Last week we had a band. If you guys get a chance, please go back and check that out. They are both archived on YouTube and also on Twitch. It was incredible. Those guys are very cool. And that was only 3 out of what?
There's
5.
5.
Five of
there's another guitar
the members.
player, and then there's a bass player. But yeah, that's the kicker is, you know, you guys weren't live in the studio, and some of it didn't translate as well as I thought it would, because, well, you know, it's always a crapshoot when you're live.
You never know, yeah.
But the thing is in the studio, guys, when we were sitting here and, like, I'm watching my hairs go.
Yeah, legitly.
And I'm not making this up. I'm not on the hype train. The fact remains that these guys did this acoustic set.
Yeah.
You can't hide behind fucking shit up on an acoustic set. You shit the bed on an acoustic set, people are going to pick that stuff up.
Yeah.
But these guys nailed it.
They did. I mean, they were great. I really...
it was incredible.
Really, really enjoyed them very much. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing them live on stage.
Hell yes.
We are adjusting our schedules to make sure that we are going to make it down from what I understand. So, you know, again... try to be kind to yourselves no matter what it is that you're facing, you're going through right now. Be kind to yourself, because when you start talking to yourself down, I know this is like a Survivor Girl moment here. But before the
Life is
show,
best lived.
I was very, very, negative towards myself, and I try to preach that with everybody else. Be positive, be nice to
Don't be a
yourself,
dick
be
to
kind to
yourself.
yourself. Don't be a bully to yourself, because that's not it doesn't do anything good for anybody. So anyway, try to navigate through this next week.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge.
Definitely. Have a safe and happy Halloween, whatever it is that you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Get out there, go have fun. Maybe we'll see you at the man cave.
Get your own damn candy.
Buy your own candy. There you go.
Hey guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so when we go live, you get all of them.
Yeah, you
Twitch,
won't miss out.
YouTube, Facebook. Follow us all in there. Don't make this weird podcast.
Yeah,
And we're also restreamed on solidstateradio.net.
absolutely.
Shout out to those guys over there. They've been doing some really cool stuff. They actually had some really kick-ass bands in the studio lately.
That's awesome.
I'm telling you, go check it out. Sessions is such a cool thing that they do. Shout out to Sean and Adam. Thank you guys so much for restreaming our shenanigans. This is my brain. Survivor Girl, Tuesday Night Rants, Guitar Friday. Are they doing Guitar Fridays? I don't know. But they are doing Don't Make This Weird.
Yeah,
And
everything.
They said, hey, get us the rest of the stuff for all your pre-production. Get a bunch of episodes put out because we've got places to put them.
That's awesome. So thank you guys so much for doing that. If you guys get a chance, also go over to solidstateradio.net on Facebook. Like them, you can follow them, and also go on to solidstateradio.net and listen live, which is very cool.
Duh.
Something there for everybody if you guys get a chance.
Local.
Support local. Go check out our sponsors, Hometown Handmade at 130 East 3rd Street in Emily City. So many cool gifts and items there that you guys are going to want to check out.
Yeah.
Best thing is handmade here in Michigan.
Yeah.
Really.
Michigan made, baby.
Very, very cool Michigan made stuff. So guys, please support local, support anybody that you guys can support. You
Local.
like something, be like, I
Yeah.
got this from so-and-so.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Representing locally.
Represent. All right, guys, again, have a happy, safe Halloween, and we will see you next Thursday right here. But don't forget, keep it weird.